Hello viewers, I hope you all are doing well. I'm back again with a brand new movie that will touch the deepest corners of your heart. It might even bring tears to your eyes without you realizing it. So viewers, without further ado, let's dive into the story. Right at the beginning, we see a small family in Thailand. The elderly woman's name is Mangju. She has 2 sons and a daughter. The first son is Kyung, who is financially well off. He lives in an upscale residential area with his wife and daughter. Mangju's second son is Soye. He has suffered losses in various businesses and is now burdened with debts. At present, he does small jobs to make ends meet. Mangju's only daughter is Jia. Her husband passed away long ago. She works at a supermarket and has a son named M, who doesn't have a job yet. He spends his days playing games on his phone and computer. However, none of her 3 children live with Mangju. Due to their busy lives, they have long been living separately. So, the elderly Mangju stays alone in her old house. Despite being apart, the children come to visit her on weekends. On a particular day each year, they also come to visit the cemetery, where their father, grandfather, and other family elders are buried. Every year, on this specific day, they pay their respects to the deceased with flowers and fireworks. Mangju expresses her wish to be buried in a beautiful, peaceful place after her death. But Soya tells her that these plots are very expensive, with one grave costing around 1 million baht. He says, "If you give me some money, I'll start a new business, and with the profit, I'll buy a burial plot for you." Hearing this, her mother says, "You've already taken several lakhs from me. Return that first." Saying this, Soya calls his grandson M to help with the task. But M is busy with his headphones on, immersed in a game, and doesn't hear his grandmother. Later, when he finally notices, he starts doing things the wrong way. Mangju scolds him, "You still haven't learned how to do this properly. You're always lost in your games." M responds, "At least I came. Look at Uncle Kyung's family. His wife and daughters never come here." Meanwhile, Kyung is on a video call with his wife, showing her his mother. He explains that his daughter is very sick, which is why his wife couldn't come. Mangju, however, doesn't believe this excuse anymore because Kyung has been giving the same reason for years. Later, Mangju asks M to scatter flowers around the grave, but M doesn't do it properly, which angers his grandmother. She tells him, "You'll understand when someone you love passes away." Reluctantly, M spreads the flowers, but he quickly goes back to playing games on his phone. On that sunny day, many people had come to remember their families, and the surroundings were serene and enchanting. During the flower scattering, Mangju suddenly faints. She is rushed to the hospital. Meanwhile, M, Kyung, and Soy all leave the hospital, giving various excuses. Only Jia stays with Mangju. That night, M is live streaming on his gaming channel when his mother comes home. She tells him, "A few viewers won't change your life. Your grandmother has been diagnosed with liver cancer. She may have only about a year left to live. So we've decided not to tell her about the cancer yet. If she knew, she might break down completely. We'll visit her every few days, and you have to come with me." M responds, "My time is valuable. If you want me to come, you'll have to pay me a substantial amount." Just then, his cousin Mui texts him, saying that there's another problem with their grandfather's TV. M has to go there the next morning. Following her instructions, M goes to his grandfather's house and fixes the TV. While there, he notices Mui doing everything herself, from changing their grandfather's diaper to handling all other chores. M comments, "Our grandfather will never repay this debt." Mui responds, "I think he will." A few days later, their grandfather passes away. After the funeral, a woman hands M silver coins worth 50,000 baht, which their grandfather had saved for him. She also informs him that the grandfather's most valuable asset, his house, has been left to Mui. M is shocked to the core. The next morning, M goes to his grandmother's house and lists it online for sale, following Mui's strategy. He wants to claim his grandmother's house as his own. When Mangju sees him, she says, "Kyung and Soye were just here, and now you're here. Those who used to come only once a week with excuses are now coming every day." M explains that he missed her and came to visit, bringing some spicy beef. But Mangju reminds him that she had promised her deity many years ago not to eat beef. Today, she wants fish fry instead. M quickly goes to get her favorite fish fry. Seeing the long line at the store, he buys cold, stale fish fry from another shop. Mangju notices and asks, "How did you return so quickly? I've been coming here for 40 years. There's always a long line of at least 10 to 12 people. And you returned so fast? This fish fry seems to be from another shop." M goes back to the market, waits nearly an hour, and finally brings her favorite fish fry. But when he returns, Mangju tells him, "You're late. I've already eaten the cold fish. Now don't disturb me. I have to prepare tea for my deity's worship." M quickly makes tea and places it in her temple. Mangju asks, "How did you make tea so fast?" M replies, "I used the oven." This angers Mangju. She says, "Tea for worship must be cooked on the stove." M responds, "Using the oven is faster and easier. Does it harm your deity? He won't even drink it." Hearing this, Mangju kicks him out. M promises, "Tomorrow morning I'll make tea on the stove for your deity." Mangju retorts, "You barely visit even once a year. Tomorrow, no one will disturb me." Later in the afternoon, M goes to meet Mui and finds out that she has sold their grandfather's house at a good price and is now staying at a 5-star hotel. M goes to the hotel and Mui explains everything to him. Using the same strategy as M, she plans to claim their grandmother's house. Although they are cousins, they share a close friendship, so Mui shares her idea with M. She tells him, "The most valuable thing you can give your grandmother is your time. You must always be with her, take care of her, and stay by her side. Only then will you earn the top spot in her heart." The next morning, M packs his bags and heads straight to his grandmother's house. However, Mangju tells him to leave and asks why everyone suddenly shows so much love. If he gives the right answer, she says he can stay. M is forced to tell her the truth. She has been diagnosed with cancer. The doctor says she may live for only a year at most, but she must not despair. He reminds her, "Remember our neighbor whose cancer was diagnosed? The doctor said he might live 6 months, but 10 years have passed, and he is still living well. That's why I've come to take care of you from now on." Hearing this, Mangju allows him to stay. M is overjoyed and says, "From tomorrow, you'll come with me for work." Mangju replies, "Then you'll need to wake up at 5 in the morning. Sleep downstairs tonight." The next day, at exactly 5 o'clock, M wakes up to his phone alarm. Beside Mangju's house is a train station, and near the station there is a small food stall run by Mangju. The stall sells kunji, a type of rice soup that she has been making for years. Every day, within a few hours, the food is completely sold out. On his way back home, Mangju meets her best friend and confides, "I've been diagnosed with cancer too." Her friend says, "You are lucky. You have a grandchild to take care of you. I don't." Afterwards, Mangju goes to the bank to deposit some money but tells M he cannot come inside. M responds, "I am your grandchild, not a thief. Why won't you let me accompany you?" The following day, Jia comes to visit her mother and notices old, stale food left in the fridge. She comments that her mother's gastric problems are due to eating such food. Later, M notices that Mangju is wearing a new, neat dress. He wants to button the bottom part, but Mangju stops him, saying, "It feels relaxing this way." M remarks, "That's how girls dress nowadays. Looks like you want to be a model at your age." He also sees her shoes and says, "These are Uncle Kyung's daughter Rainbow's shoes. Where did you get them? Your feet are much bigger than hers." Hearing all these questions, Mangju gets irritated and goes outside. M notices her peeking outside and asks, "Who are you waiting for in your new dress?" Her daughter arrives and explains, "It's Sunday, our weekly visit day. We all promise to come every Sunday, but sometimes people miss it. That's why she's dressed up, waiting for everyone. And you, who never came after growing up, are here." Just then, Kyung, his wife, Rainbow, and Soya arrive. Everyone eats together, and later Mangju wants to play cards, but Kyung says they have urgent work. Soya goes with them too, asking if their mother's stomach pain has lessened. Mangju reveals that M told her about her cancer, which angers everyone. M defends himself, saying she has the right to know about her own body. She should know the truth. Kyung says he will take her to the best doctor. Jia will take care of her, and Soya will fix the bathroom pipe. The next day, Jia leaves her supermarket work to help her mother exercise. M explains to Mangju that Jia left her work to come here. Mangju tells him no one should leave work to come. The next morning, M and Mangju go for chemotherapy, helped by Mui. At the hospital, they see that many people have already marked their spots in line with shoes or bags. Mui and M find the end of the line after walking through the entire hospital. During chemotherapy, Mui teaches M that next time he should sit beside his grandmother. When they return home, Mangju asks M to put the money in the box. Later, M helps her upstairs and into her room. We learn that M used to live in this house as a child, and Mangju would even take him to school. That night, Mem's sleep is suddenly disturbed and he finds his grandmother standing beside his bed. She tells him that she saw his parents in a dream and they said they were coming to take her. Em reassures her it's just a bad dream. Don't think so much. You don't need to go upstairs now. Sleep here with me. Mongju thanks him for being by her side at this time. From then on, Em stays close to his grandmother like a shadow. He helps with the shop work, assists her upstairs every time, and heats water on the stove for her to wash. Later, M installs a CCTV camera near his grandmother's money box, which allows him to monitor the entire house through his mobile phone. The next day, Uncle Soy came over and fixed the bathroom pipes. As he was leaving, he wanted to take a pomegranate from Mingju's tree. But Mingju stopped him and said, "The elders always said that planting a pomegranate tree in front of the house brings health and prosperity to the family. Everyone should plant one in front of their house, and I will give these pomegranates only to people I love, not to you." After that, Soy went inside looking for food, which M noticed. Soy told M, "You should focus on your studies. Staying here will get you nowhere." He added that Mingju loved her eldest son, Kiang, the most, and had lent him a lot of money to invest in the stock market. Before leaving, Soy asked his mother for some money. Once Soy left, Mingju told M, "Honestly, I'm happier when he doesn't come here." M asked why, and his grandmother explained, "If he doesn't come, it means he's doing something good. He only comes when he needs money." The next day, M met with Mui to update her on his progress. He also told her that Mingju now liked him even more than before. However, she still loved Uncle Kiang and Uncle Soye the most. Mui advised him, "Keep working as you have been. When you see someone else in the family praising you, that's when you'll know you've reached the #1 spot in your grandmother's favor." The following day, Kiang took his mother and M to his house. Up until now, he had never brought his mother there, and this was the first time. M was shocked. He realized that, like him, Kiang probably wanted to take control of his grandmother's house too. At the house, Kiang had bought a new bed and TV for his mother, clearly wanting her to stay with him. Seeing this, M thought, who will take care of grandma here? Her customers come daily for her kunji soup, and the hospital for chemotherapy is far away. To get a spot in line, she would have to leave at night. That's impossible. Hearing this, Kiang gave M some money and told him, "Take this and leave. You don't need to come here anymore." M understood and said he had no greed for money. It was strange. Everyone was more concerned about her property than her health. No one cared if she stayed healthy. They only worried about who would inherit her assets. Later, Kiang asked his mother to stay with him for at least a few days, and she agreed. A few days after that, they went out for a trip. Kiang said they were visiting a 100-year-old traditional temple of the Gunyan deity. There, they wrote their wishes on slips of paper and prayed, believing it would restore Mingju's health. But Kiang didn't help his mother at all. Everything was done by M. Seeing Mingju's feet hurt from the small shoes she wore, M realized they were causing her injury. At the temple, Kiang and his family submitted their wishes, and M helped Mingju write a long slip. Her wish was to recover quickly, for the family to live healthy and prosperous lives, and for M to find a good job soon. After submitting the slips, M noticed that Kiang's note only wished for his wife and daughter to be healthy, while Kiang's wife wished for him to gain wealth. M told Mingju, "They didn't come for your health. They just want your property." Mingju, though deeply hurt, composed herself and said, "Kiang is right. Everyone will always think about their own family. That's natural." M stepped forward but froze, feeling completely powerless. On the way home, Kiang said they were planning another trip next month, and both he and his mother would go. His mother nodded in agreement. When they got close to home, Mingju said, "My feet hurt from wearing these shoes." So M took her to a shoe store and bought her a new pair. After many years, she was finally wearing shoes that fit, and she was delighted. The next day, M installed an app on Mingju's phone that worked like Snapchat filters. He told her, "When I'm not around, you can spend time playing with these filters." One day, Mingju noticed her hair falling out from chemotherapy. She then taught M her famous recipe for kunji, the rice soup, and said, "If you don't get a job, you can sell kunji at my shop." M responded that he had no desire to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. They then played cards together. While playing, Mingju reflected, "When my children were young, we used to play cards together. But after growing up, everyone went their separate ways. They became so busy with their lives that they didn't even come home for festivals. On weekends, I would prepare meals for them, but in the end, I ate alone, often leftovers from the fridge. Eating these leftovers for so many years is what led to my liver cancer." She added, "I've spent most of my life alone, but now, having M by my side in my final days feels so comforting." M promised, "I will always stay by your side." The next day was Sunday, the day Mingju's children were supposed to visit. She dressed in new clothes, waiting for them as always. M informed her, "Everyone called. They won't come today." Mingju felt deeply disappointed and said, "Put the food in the cabinet." To make space, M removed a few jars. One jar contained nearly 200,000 taka. When M looked, the money was missing. At first, Mingju suspected M, but the CCTV revealed the real thief, her youngest son, Soye. M then went to the building where Uncle Soy lived and confronted him. "Each packet of kuji sells for 10 to 20 taka. Your mother earned nearly 200,000 taka from this, and you stole it." Soy admitted he used the money to pay off debts, but now needed another 50,000 taka. The next day, M gave Soya his silver coins and said, "Your mother said you should only come home when you need money. If you stay away, she will be happier." Later, M returned home and told Mingju he couldn't find his uncle. He might have gone to another city. The next day, a man came to M's house asking about the sale of the house, which M had posted online. Mingju refused to sell and realized she had always treated M differently from her other children. Now she saw that he was as self-interested as her sons, yet she revealed nothing to him because she didn't want to be alone again. Mingju had made a shirt for M, which she personally helped him put on. She said, "You were a good student when you were little. If you start studying again, you will surely get a good job." She then took a pomegranate from her tree, broke it, and fed it to M, saying, "We won't open the shop tomorrow. We'll go to someone's house instead." The next day, they arrived at the house. It was Mangju's brother's home. Mangju told his brother, "Mom and Dad left all their assets to you. I never came to claim anything or argue with you. But today, I'm here because I've been diagnosed with cancer. I want to secure a small space for myself next to my husband's resting place. For that, I need around 10 lakh taka. Please help me with some money." Hearing this, his brother immediately refused and told him to leave the house. Mangju was deeply hurt. On the way back, Mangju sat quietly, staring off to one side. M noticed his weary expression and said, "There's no need to feel down. Buy a place elsewhere at a lower price." Mangju replied, "I want to be laid to rest beside my grandmother, and at my grave, you must carefully scatter flowers. Our elders said that if flowers are scattered gently and a soft breeze carries them away, it means the soul is at peace." Several days later, Mangju was taken to the hospital for chemotherapy. There, Dr. Jia informed him that his mother no longer needed chemotherapy and might have only a few days left. But M lied to Mangju's grandmother, saying, "Your health has improved, so there's no need for chemotherapy anymore." Mangju said, "A few days ago, my best friend passed away. The doctor had told him the same. So tell me honestly, what did the doctor say?" Meanwhile, Jia couldn't stop crying. Seeing her tears, Mangju realized his time was running out. One night, Mangju became extremely ill. M rushed him to the hospital. Jia and Soe came that night to visit, but Kiang arrived in the morning. He immediately called his sister aside and asked about the paperwork for their mother's house. Jia said, "You should be ashamed. Mom isn't dead yet and you're already scheming to take her house." Then she handed a paper to Soe, saying that their mother had transferred the house to him. M was completely devastated. He had done so much to secure that house, yet all his efforts had failed. The next day, Mangju was released. His mother told him, "Stand in front with your grandmother. I'm going to pay the bills." M asked, "After all the care I've given, why couldn't I become your #1 favorite? And how did Uncle, even after stealing money, become your top choice?" Showing his anger, he left. Once again, Mangju was left alone in her final days. From then on, M stayed at his own home and stopped visiting his grandmother. Meanwhile, Mangju spent her days watching TV, watering the plants, using camera filters, and sitting outside waiting for her children to come. M kept an eye on her through the CCTV on his phone, seeing her wait outside. Later, he saw that So, his uncle, had packed all her belongings and sold the house. How strange. It seemed even her children couldn't wait for her to pass away before claiming her property. How selfish can someone be? Because the house was sold, Mangju now resided in a nursing home. One day, M came to visit his grandmother. On the street, he ran into Uncle So, who tried to return the money M had given him to repay his debts. But M took the money and went to his grandmother, sitting beside her and unbuttoning the bottom of her shirt. She said, "I want to be a model in my old age, so I like wearing tight clothes." M replied, "Come home with me. I can cook kunji now." Seeing M's love for her, Mangju cried tears of happiness, and M became emotional as well. Later, M planted a pomegranate tree in front of his house, just like his grandmother's. Meanwhile, Mangju saw old, stale food in Jia's fridge. She told her daughter, even if you eat old food like me, you won't get cancer. I don't want M to end up lonely like me. He's very precious to me, at the very top of my favorites list. M stood nearby, realizing that in the face of such unconditional love, the house was insignificant. One day, Kyung brought his family over, but he didn't get out of the car. He was upset with his mother for transferring the house to Soe. M approached and said, Grandma told me years ago that she promised the Guanan deity never to eat beef because you got sick from it as a child. To wish for your good health, she never ate beef since then. Hearing this, all her anger and resentment melted away. M went to meet his mother and said, You're very lucky to have someone like M with you. One night, Mangju became very ill. M stayed by her side. Holding the hand of the person she loved the most, Mangju took her last breath. The next day, Mangju's final rites were underway. During this, EM received a call from the bank, informing him that a monthly deposit in his name had been made to their account. But for the past few months, no money had been deposited. EM was taken aback as he had never even opened a bank account. Following his instincts, he went home and started searching inside his grandmother's bag. There, he found a deposit book showing that a substantial amount had been deposited in his name. His suspicion was correct. He called the bank and learned that for the past 20 years, his grandmother had been depositing money for him every month. Currently, the account held nearly 1 million taka. This brought back memories from his childhood when he had walked to school with his grandmother along this very road. Back then, EM had told his grandmother that when he grew up, he would save 1 million taka to buy a new house, so he wouldn't have to live in her old, small house. To fulfill this dream of his grandmother had indeed saved exactly 1 million taka for him. EM realized just how deeply his grandmother had loved him and that he had always been her #1 favorite. This scene made it clear that selfless love is truly like this. Then, everyone set off to Mangju's gravesite. On the way, EM said, Grandma, we're heading to your new house. As the car passed by Mangju's old shop, EM remarked, We've passed your shop, Grandma, where we used to sell kunji every morning. A little further, EM said, Now we're crossing that old bridge where your feet hurt so much because of those tiny shoes. And now they had arrived near the new house, which had cost 1 million taka, EM's own money, and she would be its sole owner. Essentially, using the 1 million taka her grandmother had saved, EM had purchased the plot next to her grandmother's gravesite. This scene is impossible to watch without tears. It shows that by staying close to her grandmother, EM had unknowingly developed a deep, true love for her. EM is the one who genuinely loved her grandmother. In this scene, the unspoken love between grandmother and grandson shines through. Later, after the funeral, when EM laid flowers on her grandmother's grave, a gentle breeze carried the petals away, signaling her grandmother's happiness. The scene then transitions to an earlier moment, the day when everyone had written their wishes on slips of paper. EM had also written one which read, My only wish is that my grandmother's desires be fulfilled. With this beautiful moment, the movie concludes. The entire film is highly educational and realistic, showing us the depth of selfless love and devotion. So, viewers, we'd love to hear your thoughts. How did you feel about this movie? And have you ever experienced such selfless love in your own life? Wishing you all happiness and good health. That's it for today. Goodbye.